looks like a good move. Yes!
You're watching the Press Row from the Opubco Studios in Oklahoma City. I'm Mike Sherman here with Oklahoman columnists John Rohde, Jenny Carlson, and Barry Trammell. And we're talking about what's a better game, the college game or the pro game. Guys, I would say that 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, wouldn't have been close. We'd have been sitting here thinking, I love the pep band, I love March Madness, I love all the things about college basketball. But I have to say, since the Ford Center started hosting the NBA, some scales have fallen from our eyes, at least mine, John. And now I'm willing to say that I think the NBA is the superior game. How about you?
Well, it's a superior game, but it's not the superior atmosphere. And where you have one of the best atmospheres in all the NBA, Jenny. Right now, and this is in my blog or in my video, the Big 12 is 114-1 at home. I love the home court, and the home court never shines brighter than in college basketball. I'm still a college guy. Love the Thunder, love the fact they're winning. Now, if we're going to compare products this year, it's the NBA. But as a whole, college basketball for me.
Well, you know what? I think that college basketball has a great leg to stand on. The problem I see, guys, is that so many college basketball teams are having duds of a non-conference schedule. I mean, look at what Oklahoma and Oklahoma State did in their home schedule, men's side, at home. There was really not a lot of reason for fans to get fired up about those non-conference games. Now that conference play has started, you start to see Bedlam, we're going to start to see Texas, Kansas, those sorts of teams come to town and really get fans fired up. But the non-conference schedule was not very good at home for these teams.
What do you got against Maryland, Eastern Shore, and Coppin State? I don't get it.
Well, here's what's I think the NBA is the superior product, and it goes to some of what you were saying. And John, the home court advantage, I think, is part of this topic. Too much of the time in college basketball, the verdict is in before the game starts. You never know what you might get in the NBA. The Thunder might go to San Antonio and win. Somebody like the Clippers come to Oklahoma City and win. You just never know. In the Big 12, you pretty much know. Kansas isn't losing at home. Texas isn't losing at home. When they play each other, it's going to be a good game. But for the most part, the home teams are going to win. And the game itself, I think, is being a little bit choked on the college end. Way too much coaches' influence, way too many timeouts, way too many rules that need to be adjusted. For instance, the 35-second clock. The more I watch the NBA, the more I want to run out on the court during a college game and yell, hey, guys, let's get going. You don't need to be dribbling around for 15 seconds. Let's start playing. So I think the games themselves, just watching the games, forget scores and opponents, just watching the two games, I think a little bit sides with the NBA.
You know, you mentioned coach influence. The other night watching the Bedlam game, I wanted the coach influence. I wanted Jeff Capel and Travis Ford to suit up and go out and start shooting the ball because those teams shot the ball terribly the other night. Maybe I'm a little bit jaded by the fact that these local teams are not that great. I mean, I think Oklahoma State still has a great chance to make the NCAA tournament. If Oklahoma makes the NCAA tournament, Jeff Capel for Coach of the Year. I'm saying it right now. So these teams obviously not having the best years. But I tell you, Barry, I think you're right. The shot clock thing makes such a huge difference. I was watching after I was at the Thunder game on Monday night and then went and watched on TV the end of the Bedlam game. And I'm like, what's taking so long? And you forget that 35-second clock takes so long, makes those possessions so long. Of course, after all the bad shots we saw on Monday, maybe that was for the better for that game.
John, you raised the point, though. Is the question really tainted somewhat by we've really caught college basketball in Oklahoma in a lull, and it appears that professional basketball, the NBA, is on an uptick. If we asked you this question last year, would we had a different view? The Thunder couldn't win, 23 wins. They've already almost got that many in the bank, but college basketball is in a lull.
Well, I'm the Lone Ranger here, and I understand why. It's all in the timing. That's the way your questions are. As soon as the Thunder starts fading, we'll be out of Thunder questions.
That's all for this edition of the Press Row. But stay with the best coverage team anywhere, every day at News OK and every morning in the Oklahoman.